Welcome to AFTV. I've got Robbie here. Got a bit of a sore throat, but Cecil's had a day off, so I'm a substitute.
Yeah,
I'm with a sore throat, but
Yeah, happy birthday to Cecil.
yeah, happy birthday. Overall thoughts of that game today?
Overall thoughts, brilliant away day performance. When you come away from home, you score 2 goals in the first half. You can completely control the game. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to check the stats. I think Julian said they didn't have a shot on target.
One shot they had.
One shot on target, right? But
One shot they had.
None. One. What is it? None. None shots. No shots on target.
Well,
I mean,
we've just had it confirmed that it's one.
oh, is it? Well, listen, I'll leave that to you lot to fight out. But even if it was the one shot on target, I mean, the defending today was exceptional. You know what I mean? You can see that those players are fighting to keep that clean sheet, success rate going. I saw Saliba at the end, brilliant block. Timber, outstanding. Gabriel, outstanding. Calafiori, Declan Rice in front of them was unbelievable today.
Yeah, and also
He was unbelievable, Declan Rice.
yeah, unbelievable. We'll talk about it in a second. Also, first half and second half, chalk and cheese, because I thought first half, we played really, really well, opened them up on several occasions. What was your thoughts on the second half? Because I felt like, is it a little bit conserving energy?
It was a bit conserving energy. I also think a lot of that was due to the fact that Gyökeres went off. Because I think in the first half, Gyökeres was giving him all sorts of problems. He was everywhere. He got his goal, but it wasn't just that. He was his physicality. He was everywhere. We lost that in the second half because, when Marino come on now, he's a different type of player, isn't he? He's not gonna rough up, centre halves and stuff like that. He's sort of, that false number 9. So I think we lost a little bit of that, and our game changed a little bit. Went into sort of more control mode, keep the ball, and then just try and pick them off. And we nearly get, Nwaneri nearly scored one of the goals of the season.
Yeah.
The way he done that little Cruyff turn, dribble through, nearly scored at the end. But it was brilliant. I thought Gyökeres was exceptional today in the first half. And Lee, the thing that I'm loving about these games, right? These are the places we used to come and get bullied.
100%.
We used to come up to these sort of places, whether it be Burnley's, your Stokes over the years, these type of places, up north's a bit cold, gritty place. You come up here and they'd stick it on us. That would actually be their weapon to either try and beat us or get a draw. Would be, let's stick it on them a bit, let's rough them up a bit, and maybe we might be able to get something out of Arsenal. You can't do that now.
No.
I looked over at the Burnley fans when we got that first set piece. They were scared. When we got the second, every time we got a corner, you looked over at their fans and you could see like they're going, oh no, right?
And the players.
And their players, yeah. There's a fear. There's a big fear. Every time there's a set piece now, there's a big fear. And it's a serious weapon. And I know there's a lot of fans of other clubs have been, they'll probably look at today and say, look, they scored from another set piece. It's a weapon. When teams deploy low blocks and are defending against you, it is a good weapon to have. You're going to win a lot of corners, make use of it. They even tried a little short one today that nearly worked as well. So, as I said, these performances away from home right now, these are brilliant performances. And we expected to win here today. But remember, they've given teams their good games. Look at the Liverpool game.
They found it very hard.
Very hard. You know what I mean? And we found it pretty easy today.
And the second goal, I have to say, we talk about set pieces. The second goal was a wonderfully carved goal. Gyökeres with a pass over to Trossard for Declan Rice to score. Let's have a little chat about Declan Rice. How good was he today?
No, Declan Rice, the best midfielder I feel right now in the league. He's the best in the league currently. Currently, as an all-round midfielder, I've had this with Matisse where he's been saying to me, Caicedo. I like Caicedo. I think he's a brilliant player as well. But I just think when you look at Declan Rice, look what he's got to his game, right? He's got what he does in midfield. He's everywhere. He covers every blade of grass. He can defend brilliantly. He tackle brilliantly. But he can also pick the ball up and he can carry that ball yards and yards. He can pick a pass. He can do all of those things brilliantly. But then on top of that, what he's got that Caicedo hasn't got is he can score free kicks.
Goals to his games.
He's got the best delivery, I feel, of dead ball corners in the league, right? Last week I saw him taking long throws. He can do that as well. Those are good. You know, he can do absolutely everything. You know what I mean? And he scores goals. He scored today. I mean, Declan Rice, to me, one of the best midfielders in European football. And for me, the best midfielder right now, all-round midfielder in the Premier League. If Arsenal were to go on and win the league this season, he is going to be probably one of our most important players. Him and Gabriel, them two are very, very important players for this team right now. But Declan Rice, I feel he's the best right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with you on that. Like one negative.
Last year I think it was Gravenberch. I thought he was the best. You know, and that just shows you how a midfield player is so important.
Yeah.
You know, but this year so far, 10 games in, it's Rice without a doubt.
I think he's without a doubt. Like, you know, the one little negative today is the injuries. You know, Gyökeres getting injured today. I'm hearing it's a muscle injury. Also a muscle injury to Zubamendi, who was very, very good today. Is that a little bit of a concern now? Because we seem to be picking up injuries week in, week in. And also, I've got to say this, Gyökeres and Zubamendi were rested on Wednesday and they picked up injuries today.
Yeah, so you can't blame the manager for that. You can't blame, you say he's overworked them or whatever. It's just one of the unfortunate things. It is a worry, these injuries, because as deep as the squad is, you don't want to just keep picking up injuries, especially to key players week in, week out. And every week somebody seems to go down, every single week. And, you know, I don't know how we compare injuries with other clubs, but we seem to have the most right now. Yeah, I mean, just look at the players that are missing. I mean, when we get everybody back, you know, we're going to be really frightening, you know what I mean? But can we keep them all fit? I mean, I guess the most important thing is players are out at the moment and we're still winning. So if we can get everybody back, especially for later on in the season, when all those games come piling in, you got FA Cup, you got the Premier League, you got Champions League games, and all of those games, there's lots on those games, lots and lots of big things on all of those games. I think that's the most important time to have everybody back fit. But certainly at the moment, it is a bit of a worry that every single week somebody seems to go down, somebody seems to be out, you know what I mean? And especially I was gutted for Gyökeres today because I thought he was playing brilliantly.
He was playing really, really
brilliantly,
well.
And you know, and then now half time he's off. I reckon if he stayed on, he could have got a couple more goals.
And I've got to ask this question because you've been asking everybody else. Like, you know what I mean? I've been listening. So, can we win it? Or is it too early? Is it realistically? Is it a little bit too early?
It's still too early because only 10 games in. But I'm getting a good feeling, Lee. I'm getting a good feeling. I'm seeing a team that's playing with it's a bit like what I saw with Liverpool last year. Liverpool had a lot of control of games, right? And Liverpool, if they went 1-0 up in a game, you thought, they ain't going to lose this. And I'm sort of feeling that with Arsenal at the moment. I feel like in a lot of games when Arsenal go 1-0 up, the first thing that immediately I start to think is they ain't losing today. All right, draw at worst. That defence is so good. That's filling me with a lot of confidence that this team can win this league this year. And then as well, I'm looking around at everybody else at the moment. It's still early, but a lot of teams are faltering. I would never have thought that Liverpool would be, you know, I mean, as it stands today, they're 10 points behind. You know, all right, they're playing later on tonight. That could all change. City, as it stands, they're 9 points behind. You know, those are, even at this stage, those are big gaps. They still got to play their games. Suppose they did drop points. I mean, you're starting to put a lead together early, and you've got a team that don't leak goals, don't concede a lot of goals, don't lose a lot of games. And the evidence is there because we didn't lose a lot of games last year, or the year before that. We've been close for the last 3 years. So if you allow a team that's been close over the last 3 years to start opening up gaps.
Do you think also, I know it's a great defence we've got, but like I've heard a lot of people say about control of games. Yeah. Do you think that's a big key? I think because Zubamendi's come in and controlled that midfield today. Him and Declan Rice controlled that midfield. So we all talk about the back, but I think that has to be mentioned. The control of games seems like we're right on point with that at the moment.
Control of games is so important, you know what I mean? And also, you know, the other thing I look at, Lee, I think there's players that haven't even come to the party yet, right? I don't think Saka's come to the party yet this season. I don't think, players like Eze's come to the party yet. If those players start to pick up their form as well, we could have a great season.
Yeah, it's looking very good, like, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
final thoughts now on to Prague.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Change the team about a little bit, like, because of these injuries?
Yeah, with his muscle injuries and that. Listen, he's you can't play Gyökeres and Zubamendi in Prague. I think, you know, you get Norgard out there, you know, Marino. You know, I think that'll be if they have got muscle injuries, the sensible thing is to, hopefully they're not bad, rest them, hopefully get them back in time for that Sunderland game. But yeah, listen, Prague away, they're one of the teams down near the bottom. We should have enough to go over there and beat them with resting players. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened with Max Down when they're back at school next week, innit?
I don't know if he's allowed to travel, is he? Like, you know, we'll have to wait and see.
If they're back
that.
at school next week, you know what I mean? Or I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of him, you know what I mean? But yeah, we should have enough, even if we rest a few players, to be all right over in Prague.
Lovely, thank you very much.
You did well.
Thank you very much.
Good debut. Oh, you know what? Before I go, I've got to mention this, right? Because a gentleman in there told me to mention this in one of my interviews, right? He said that, why didn't Arsenal last week do something for, you know, they did the poppy thing today, and pay respect to the soldiers that have passed and that. Obviously, why did Arsenal not do something on Wednesday in the League Cup game? Because now they're not going to be able to do anything, are they? Because, you know,
well, now we've got
we're away at
That's
Sunderland.
a great point.
And then it's an international break, and he was a bit upset about it. He wanted me to mention it, and I think he's right there. You know what I mean? I am thinking about it now, and I'm thinking, why didn't they do something in that?
Yeah, because we ain't got home game, have we? Like,
we haven't. So Arsenal, why? Maybe somebody can put, you know, something in the comments and tell us why they didn't do that, because that's pretty bad. You know what I mean? They should have done something.
They should have. I didn't realise that, like.
I hadn't realised either. And when he was telling me inside there, I was like, yeah, you're right. And I was trying to think, no, but we must have a game before. And I was like, no, we don't. We don't. It's the 11th of the 11th, isn't it? So
that's it. Like, the next game we come back is the 22nd or 23rd against Tottenham.
And then it's too late. So I don't know. They should have done something on Wednesday.
They should have done. There you go.
Yeah.